Warning: what you're about to hear is not for the weak. These stories were never meant to be told, but somehow they found their way to me. Turn the lights off, put your phone on silent, and listen closely, because once you press play, there's no going back. This is Sinister Whispers.
Story 1. The apartment. Nobody survives. People say apartment 3B is cursed. Every tenant who's lived there has either vanished, gone insane, or died within weeks. Malik didn't believe in curses. He believed in discounts, and 3B was $400 cheaper than the rest of the building. A steal, he thought. The moment he stepped in, it smelled like bleach and old metal. The neighbors didn't make eye contact. The landlord refused to discuss the previous tenant. On night 3, Malik found scratch marks inside his refrigerator. On night 7, the mirror in the bathroom started fogging up with words he didn't write. "Don't look under the sink." He did. Inside, a tongue, not human, not fresh, still moving. By night 10, Malik had nailed shut every window and door except the front. But the thing wasn't outside. It lived in the walls. It whispered, it scratched, it fed on attention, and every time he blinked, the furniture rearranged slightly, like the apartment itself was preparing for something. He posted a video saying, "I'm leaving tonight." It got 800K views. He never posted again. And now 3B is up for rent again, $450 cheaper. Story 2. The babysitter who vanished. Her name was Nia. She was 17, sweet, and a favorite among the neighborhood parents. The Johnsons hired her to watch little Ellie while they went out for dinner. Simple gig, nothing weird. Until Ellie said, "Do you want to see my other mommy?" "What other mommy?" "The one that lives in the mirror." Nia played along at first. Kids say weird stuff, but that mirror in Ellie's room was off. It didn't reflect properly, like the room inside it was slightly older. Slightly dustier. Ellie waved at it before bed and whispered, "Night-night." At 2:44 a.m., Ellie began screaming. When Nia burst in, the mirror was fogged over. Ellie pointed at it, crying, "She tried to take me!" Nia took Ellie and ran. Called the cops, called the parents. They arrived, confused. There was no mirror in Ellie's room, never had been, and no one could find Nia again. Only Ellie remembers, and sometimes she still waves at the empty wall at bedtime. Story 3. Voicemail from the grave. Jason's phone buzzed at 2:13 a.m. A voicemail. No caller ID, just static and breathing. Then came a whisper, "Help me, Jay. I'm cold." It was Anna, his ex, the one who died in a car accident 6 years ago. Jason brushed it off until the second message arrived. "You promised. Don't forget the lake." That lake where her car had sunk. He never told anyone, not even the cops. He went there, flashlight shaking in his hand. On the shore was a single muddy shoe, hers. Inside it, his old class ring, the one he lost during their last argument. He tried to leave. His car wouldn't start. Then the third voicemail came in, a sob. "You said forever." The next morning, Jason's phone was found in the woods, still recording. His last voicemail was 6 minutes of screaming and then silence. At 2:13 a.m. the next night, a new number got a voicemail from Jason's phone. "Don't come here, please." Story 4. The house that wasn't there. Yesterday, there was an empty lot at the end of Sycamore Street. It had been that way for 30 years until Tuesday. On Tuesday, there was a house. Modern, black windows, too clean, no sound of construction, just there. The neighbors were confused. Some swore it had always been there. Others said it appeared overnight. But none of them remembered anyone moving in. Sarah was curious. She left cookies at the front door. On Wednesday, her dog vanished. On Thursday, her living room wallpaper changed into the same color as the strange house. On Friday, the house had her curtains. By Saturday, Sarah was gone. Now there's another house at the end of Sycamore Street, 2 actually, and nobody remembers them being there. Story 5. The Stranger at the Foot of the Bed. Kenny's sleep paralysis was getting worse. He'd wake up frozen, eyes wide, unable to scream. But the worst part wasn't the paralysis, it was the man in the corner. He wore no face, just skin stretched where features should be. Every night the man got closer. On night 7, he stood at the foot of the bed. On night 8, Kenny felt breath on his cheek. On night 9, Kenny tried to stay awake, but blinked, and woke up standing in the corner, watching himself sleep. Now his family says he's not acting like himself, because he isn't. Story 6. The Journal of the Forgotten Friend. In the attic of her childhood home, Claire found an old journal. The name on the inside, Jordan, her best friend in 2nd grade, the one nobody else remembers. She asked her mom. Her mom looked scared. "You never had a friend named Jordan." But the journal had entries, drawings only a child could make, of her and Jordan playing, hiding, doing things they weren't supposed to. One page just said, "I told you not to forget me." Claire laughed, nervous. That night, her phone kept turning on. Her contacts list changed. Every number was Jordan. The next day, she was gone from her job records. By the 3rd day, her childhood photos all had a new face beside her, pale, smiling, holding her hand, and the journal was blank again.
If you're still here, congratulations. You survived what most would have turned off. But the stories don't stop here. Subscribe now, or you just might become the next one I talk about. This was Sinister Whispers. Sleep tight.